Do you ever feel like you're just too busy? Like you're constantly shuffling priorities and trying to fit everything into the limited hours of the day? If so, you're not alone. And this story is for you. In today's fast-paced world, it can be hard to know where to start when it comes to prioritizing our lives. That's where this story comes in. This story, my dear English learners, is more than just a tale. It is a lesson in life that we can all learn from. So, stay tuned as we uncover the secrets of finding balance and embracing what truly brings you happiness and meaning. Once upon a time in a beautiful town called Celestia, there was a famous philosophy teacher named Professor Thompson. Once, he visited a school to teach the students. Professor Thompson was known for his creative teaching methods that could capture the attention of young minds. When he entered the classroom, he had a mischievous look in his eyes and was carrying a big empty glass jar under his arm. The children became immediately curious, sensing that something special was about to happen. With great care, Professor Thompson placed the glass jar on the table in front of the students. From under the table, he took out a stack of big rocks. Slowly, he started putting the rocks into the jar, one by one, until it seemed full. Then, he turned to the class and asked, "Is this jar full?" The students looked at the jar and realized that no more rocks could fit inside. They nodded and said, "Yes, it is full." But unexpectedly, the professor reached under the table again and took out a bag of small pebbles. He poured the pebbles into the jar, gently shaking it so they could fill the spaces between the rocks. Then he asked the class, "Is the jar full now?" The students hesitated for a moment, understanding that there was more to this than they thought. After thinking for a while, they cautiously replied, "Not quite, Professor." The professor smiled and revealed her bag of sand. He poured the sand into the jar, and it trickled between the rocks and pebbles, filling the remaining gaps. For the third time, the professor asked, "Now, is the jar full?" The children, fully engaged in the lesson by now, answered confidently, "No, Professor, there is still space." They wondered what else could fill the remaining space. Professor Thompson then brought out a jug of water and poured it into the jar until it filled every little space between the sand. Finally, he said, "Now, my young friends, the jar is truly full." The children were curious and eagerly waited for the professor to explain. The professor looked at the children and started telling a story about the things that matter in life. He said, "This jar represents your lives, and the rocks are the most important things, the foundations of your life, like family, health, and true friends. These are the things that make your life meaningful." He continued, "The pebbles represent other important things, your house, your job, and material possessions. They are important, but they should not take over and become more important than the rocks. The sand represents the unimportant and everyday things that use up our time and energy, leaving little room for what really matters." As he continued, he said if you put the sand or pebbles into a jar first, there is no room for the stones. He explained that this is similar to life. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, like daily tasks and chores, you will never have time for the things that truly matter, like spending time with loved ones or pursuing your passions. The classroom became silent as the children thought about what the professor said. They understood the importance of focusing on the rocks, the most important things that would bring them happiness and fulfillment. One curious student asked the professor, "What does the water represent?" Professor Thompson's eyes sparkled with joy. He said, "Oh, the water. The water reminds us to enjoy the simple things in life, the moments of connection, relaxation, and unexpected happiness. It represents the friendships that bring us comfort, the laughter that makes us happy, and the magical moments that make our days special." He told the children to remember that, even with the busyness of life, there would always be space for those moments of joy and connection. The rocks, pebbles, and sand may fill our days, but we should never forget the water, the moments of pure happiness. With this newfound wisdom, the students thought about their own lives and realized the importance of focusing on their rocks. They understood that true happiness comes from nurturing relationships, taking care of their health, and pursuing their passions. They knew they had to find a balance between responsibilities and enjoying life's pleasures, making space for unexpected joys that make life meaningful. As the class ended, Professor Thompson left the children with a lasting message. He said, "Remember, my dear students, to focus on your rocks, the things that truly make you happy and have a lasting impact. Embrace the pebbles, but don't let them overshadow your rocks. Let the sand have its place, and cherish the water, the moments of connection and joy that give depth to your life." The children left the classroom with a new understanding of finding balance. They carried Professor Thompson's wisdom with them, determined to live their lives guided by their rocks while making space for the pebbles, sand, and water. This story teaches us that we should prioritize the important things in our lives, such as our family, health, and dreams. These are the things that will make us truly happy and fulfilled. The story also teaches us that there is always room for the unexpected and unplanned moments in life. These are the moments that bring us joy and make our lives richer. If you found this story helpful, we request you to subscribe to our channel, as this will motivate us to create more such videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.